Hello guys, I'm gonna do a little bit different now. I'm gonna take you guys through the steps that I do when I rate myself. I do a lot of reviews daily. I normally do it in the mornings. So let's say I'm trading Monday, then Tuesday morning before I start the day, I go over videos that I record from the trades that I do. Either I'm recording the full day and then I'm doing a shorter like highlights from that one, or as I've been doing now lately, start recording after a few hours, showing a little bit fast those moves that have been going on. So I'm gonna take you guys through these steps that I do. So here is the first video from Friday. We had crazy good momentum Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I did very well Wednesday, Thursday. Today it was not as good, but things were moving. Not too good for me though. I overtraded this morning. I jumped in a little bit too many trades. I should have been much better at taking deep trades and having boldness to hold winners. I had slept very bad. I was really tired from this week that has been a tough, very long days, a lot of trading, especially Wednesday, Thursday. So Friday I was tired. I should have given up around this time at 7 in the morning US time. That is 1 o'clock for me here in Spain. So I was already tired here. As you can see, I made some profits. I had 335. I should have stopped here. I did not trade too well, but the moves weren't as good as it were before, and this can be a little bit tricky when you have 3 days like this week with really hot sentiment, and then when that slows down and the moves are tougher, it is a little bit tough to go over from jumping on everything to now have to really sit and wait and watch and see what sticks. So I did overtrade this day, and unfortunately I continued after here. I made a few losses in ASBP, a little bit over $100. I should not have been traded that. I should not have been trading this one. As you can see, a little bit tougher. I bought, oh, let's see what happened now. Let's go back to that one.
So it might have been hit.
As you can see here, I bought the top, then it retraced, then it like came back a few times. I should not have been trading here. I should have left this alone. I knew that my profit at 300, whatever it was, before I started trade this one, that should have been enough. Unfortunately, I did continue, but here I gave up. This was the last one that I trade. Gave back half my profit, up to 153 on the day, but traded shares 27,600. So I have such a big, I have like $140 of commission and fees. This is unacceptable to have more than 50%. That should be around 20. So not good, not too good traded. We had two the ones this day, DSY and GMM. This one was a little bit tougher because it retraced very fast. And this is normally what happens when we have hot theme and hot market. Then when that slows down, we will see a lot of crazy fake outs. So what I want to do now, I want to show you guys how I do, how I rate myself. So here you see previous days. We start over here. Sleep and mind. Sleep is very important for me to be able to trade well. Mind is a lot of things connected. This can be personal issues. Like now, this Friday, I had a good mind because I had quite high profits on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So my mind is then a little bit bolder. I am confident again. So mind and sleep is very important. That's why it is over here where I made that black line, because this is things I can't. This is things I can't control myself. Then patience. Patience this day was, I would say, not too good, but could have been worse as well. So I'm gonna put that as a yellow. And yellow is mid. That's the mid score that I have. So I'm worst is purple. That's like a number 1. Red is number 2. Orange is number 3. Gold is 4. Yellow is 5. Light green 6. Normal green 7. Blue green is 8. And blue is 9. So this is, patience was not good, but it wasn't too bad either. Greed, I would say. I mean, I gave back half of my profit, so that has to be below average. Setups, I would put as a mid. I did a little bit bad trades. I should have taken every one of them, but I did a few quite okay as well, because the market slowed down. This is the change of that market, going from 3 days of really hot market to a little bit colder, can be tough. Here, average up is, am I tougher? Am I adding to winners? Am I, if some stock is jumping up and I'm doing the first trade early, and then I see that it continues even higher when I've been selling off, do I dare to continue trade again? That's average up. So I didn't do too well there, but not too bad either. Average down, I did well. I did not average down, and this is something I'm really careful of, and I can fall for this many times, is when I'm stubborn and don't want to let go of a losing trade. So instead of letting go of that loss early on, I'm continuing to buying more. The further down the stock goes, I just buy more and more. That I didn't do. Cut loss, I did quite well. Not green, but light green. Holding winners, here I would say yellow at best. FOMO, yellow. Change, light green. I did quite well to change because it was super hot market these 2 days. Missed once. I did not leave my computer, or I didn't skip out on being at the computer, so I didn't miss too many of them. Here, to have a blue, I really need to have been sitting down for the 6 hours of pre-market, and then also at aftermarket, and not miss any of the moving stocks in aftermarket. I didn't do that this Friday, but I didn't miss any during the days, during the pre-market, so I put a green. Traded once. I traded DSY, which was the one, and GMM. I have 135 and 106, so I did okay in these two. I did okay. So I did green there, to be honest, because it wasn't that good of the ones as we had previous days. Okay, so number of trades. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stocks traded. And most of them were actually okay to trade. I should have stopped a little bit earlier because I gave back money on ASBP, as I showed you guys. So it's going to be a yellow here. If I would have skipped out on that one and kept my 335 as I was up, or 360 maybe I was up, something like that. If I would have stopped there, it would have been a green. So now I have to leave it at a yellow. Next one. How many shares did I trade? 27,624. Before I rate this in color, I will move on to put down the result. That's 253. And to check my fee. So then I will calculate. I have 253 in realized profit, and my net P&L is 113. That's 140 in fee. So I divide 140 to 253. That's 55%. That's bad. That is really bad. So that is a red color. Here, the result, it's over 200. It's a light green. It should be over around 300 to be green, over 500 to be blue-green, and over 1,000 to be blue in result. So it's a light green. Sentiment was light green. Volume, I put orange here. It was overtraded, but at the same time, I also have to take in consideration that it was a hot week. It is tough to just flip like that, go from really hot market to a slower day. It is tough to keep patience. So I did overtrade. So now here, broken. I take these in consideration, and I'm doing like an average here. So what I see is most yellow, but then we have a few below yellow as well. We have a few greens. So I would say that how many of these ratings that I did break, I would say a yellow in broken. And then the score. I calculate. I take my result. That's 253. I divide it by half of the volume, because this volume is 27,624. That is the total volume. So that is every share I buy and sell. So if I take half of this, which is 27,624 divided by 2, that's, 27,624 divided by 2. That's 13,812. That's how many shares I bought. So if I take 253 divided to 13,812, I can show you guys here. I get 0.01. So this means it's 1.8. This is how I calculate this. So this is 1.8 cents per share, which is really low. I aim to do on every trade that I do should be more than a 10-cent profit, and it should be way over that as well. But then you also have to calculate that you have a few losses, and those losses can be around 10 cents per share as well. So if you do half winners, half losers, and you do 10 shares winners, 10 shares losers, you will have quite a low score here. So I'm aiming to always have over 10, as you can see. These 2 last days where it was really hot, I overtraded, so I were around 5. The week before, where I did very well in patience and I kept, as you can see here, the fee was almost below 10% every day, between 5 and 15% in fee every day. Here was 50% today. It's a big difference. So 1.8 cents per share is way too low, because the cost of trading for me, with the commissions that the broker does, Cobra Trader takes, and the ECN fees that I have to pay to the ECN and market makers, those two amounts to around 1 cent. So every time I'm doing a trade, I need to do 1 cent to even be break even. So to have 1.8 cent at average for a full day is not acceptable, but it is what it is. I still made a profit. I gave back a lot of the profit at the end of the day. I was very tired. It's still a profit day on a slower, calming down day from a hot market. So anyhow, I'm gonna put it as a yellow score as a total for the day. So yeah, guys, this is how I rate myself. Next, we go to comments. I'm starting now. I've been writing in Swedish, as you can see here before, so I'm gonna do this now in English. Market sentiment shift to colder. Be careful. Trade only the ones after confirmation. Look for new theme, not Chinese momentum. So this is what I then will be reading Monday morning to see what do I need to think of, what is important. As you can see here, sorry. Here is the date, here is comment. The next line here, what did work? So what did work? We had 2 the ones early PM. And what did more work? This day was a little bit slower, but we still had a little bit different movements. We didn't have too much momentum. So momentum did not work. Chinese did not work. That has been the theme for the previous days. Every Chinese stock with low or micro float jumped up. This did not work this day. So momentum, most Chinese, I can write here. Most Chinese. And we had 2 the ones, early pre-market. And then I would say we have had a little bit more of a grinding patterns. First new candle. So what was more working is this stepping up ladder pattern was working. I'm not too good of trading that. So, when that happens, you should look for the rebounds. And if it doesn't rebound too low, then you trade the next green candle. I'm going to go over more of this, in training sessions as well. But this is what I do for my daily review. This one, and then I'll go over to the comments, and then I do what was the best and what was the worst. So we go back here and I see which is the highest coloring here and where did I actually do best. I would actually say that average down, because we had hot days. I gave back a lot of profit. I could have been very stubborn here on ASBP, which was the trade, the stock that I traded and gave back half of my profit. I could have been very stubborn here and done a lot of averaging down and lose, all my profits and even go negative. So I would say that the best thing I had today was average down, and I was a green one. What was the worst? Sorry, we'll go back here. Definitely the volume. Over traded. And that was um, orange. I copy volume, put it in, and change it to orange. So yeah, now you guys know how I use my Excel sheets to rate myself. And this is something I do every morning. Go over the videos, cut the videos to shorter time frames, and save them in folders. I have folders of every day that I've been trading since many years back. I think I started doing this series around 2022, so I can always go back and see every day recordings from my tradings, screenshots from the stocks that makes good moves, and I can see how I have been trading them as well on these screenshots as I've been showing you. These ones, I will always see my trades. Here is in, green arrow is in, red arrow is out. So I can see how I've been trading. And as you can see for this one, as for example, I did not do a good job in holding winners. That is the main thing I need to work at. The main thing is holding winners. As you can see here, it is many times volume and holding winners. That is the worst thing that I do daily. So things that I need to work on for next week, definitely keep it down. Just trade the ones, trade what has been confirmed, not jump on everything, because when we have had a hot market week like this, normally the week after, especially because of Friday, settle down. I need to be very careful. We could have continued momentum, maybe because of SpaceX IPO. I don't know, but I'm gonna be careful. I need to be careful this week. So keep the volume down and hold winners is something I really need to work at this, continuation of this year. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope these Excel sheets may be giving you some, you don't have to do it the same way. You can maybe get some ideas from how I rate myself. Maybe you do it much better, different in many ways. Let me know if you have some ideas on how I could change these documents to do it better. Now you know a little bit more deeper about the daily one and the comments one. That is something I do on a daily basis to rate myself. This one I'm gonna go over in another video a little bit more in detail, and I'm also gonna do this one for the one now in a video just after this one. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Amen.